starting as a beginner trader in the online classes or in the physical class, please avoid notes like this. Avoid small notes like this. Try to get a bigger note like this. This is okay. This will hold everything you need to put down from the beginning to the end of this trading course. Remember, this month extends to almost a year program, but some of us here will enroll into the 6-month program, right? So along the way, we are going to know what is next in this trading course, because this is a profession. This is a profession that can help you to avoid the hustle and bustles of life, right? This is a profession that you can turn into a full-time job, right? I have been doing this right from 2016 all the way to 2024. You can see that is almost good 8 years, right? Be trading full-time right from 2020, full-time, without doing any other thing, right? So if you want to do this, it means you have to work. You have to be a serious individual, because trading is a business. You have to treat it as a business, right? It's not a business whereby you think you get instant wealth within a short period of time. There are unlimited wealth in this business, but before you can make this wealth, you need to pay the price. And how can you pay the price? You can pay the price by following the process. You do not skip or jump any section of this program or this process, right? So I believe we are all right here to learn Forex, how Forex works, how we can take advantage of the opportunities in the Forex market. Is that right? Is that true? All right. So in this course today, we are first going to dive into what is Forex. First, I need to introduce you to what Forex trading or foreign exchange is all about. And along the way, if there is a time whereby you are unable to understand any concept we discuss or I discuss, you have the right to ask me question or to notify me, right? So what you need to do, should in case you have questions in the class, is to unmute your mic and ask me directly, and I will put a full stop and give answers to your questions, right? Good. As well, in order to allow our class to flow freely without interruption, I think the best thing you can do is put down important questions or questions you have during the class down. After the class, then you can ask your questions, right? So welcome. I'm happy to be your mentor, Mr. Salawu from United States, and Ms. Ikmat from Nigeria. You are welcome. We have a lot of traders who are also going to be with us in the next class. So for now, I just have to segment the class into batches, right? So that we can get to know ourselves. Because as a first class, I don't want us to be too much in the class, so that we can easily get to know ourselves, and then the communication can be easy, because we are new to this platform, to this system. So I don't want a kind of congestion, so that we can easily understand, so that I can easily walk you through how to use the platform. So on this platform, we have different tools on your device right here. If you use a mobile device or a smartphone or a laptop, there are a lot of keys on your software. So this software you are using is what we call the Google Meeting, right? It's simple to use software or platform. Every one of us has Google on our smartphone, on our computer. You have Google Chrome. So for as long as you have access to your Gmail account, your Google Chrome, you can easily access this meeting online. As you can see right now, I have a video or display of myself. You can see me as well. I can see you, right? So, and there will be some instances whereby I will want you to reveal your video, so that I can monitor your performance, your seriousness in the class, because we have seen some situations in the past whereby students just attended the class and then they dozed off or they slept off, right? So I am going to monitor your seriousness as well, because we need to work together as a team to achieve our goals, right? And there is going to be a teamwork, right? If I do my part, I also want you to do your part, right? Now, thank you. All right. Do we have any question before we proceed forward? If you have questions, you can unmute your mic and ask me your question. So we have 10 seconds to give answers to that. Do you have questions? Unmute your mic and ask me questions, all right? Please feel free in the class and ask me questions, all right? We have Muromoke. I think Muromoke, thank you for joining us. Moromoke, I think that I can't remember the country. I see someone is from Dubai or wherever Dubai, right? You are welcome. So if you have a question, you can ask me your questions in the class, right? Right. And then please, let's keep to time. Our time is 8 p.m. After this class, I'm going to send you a copy of your timetable so you know when you should attend your classes. And as well, the timetable is going to be in the West African time. That is GMT plus 1. That is Greenwich Meridian time or zone, right? So it's going to be in the Nigerian format zone. So you have to convert this time to your country of residence. If you have difficulty to convert that to your country of residence, you can just let me know and I will help you to do that, right? Thank you. Now, the first thing we are going to discuss right here is what is Forex. But before we proceed forward, do we have anyone right here who is not in for Forex? If you are in for something different from Forex, please signify. If maybe you are in for crypto, stocks, commodity, or index, please let me know before I proceed forward. Because I believe most or everyone in this class are in for Forex, right? Mr. Salawu, Miss Ikmat, Miss Moromoke, is that right? Mr. Salawu, are you in for Forex? We are here to learn Forex, right?
Yes.
All right, that is good. Thank you. And Mrs.
Ikmat. Yes.
All right. Miss Moroke sent. Yes, you guys can send a message. There's a way you can send a test on the platform. So for those of you who are new to Google Meeting, you can actually send me a test through the type or comment box. So Mrs. Moromoke sent the test right now through the chat box. She said she's in for Forex, right? Thank you, Miss Moroke. All right, from Dubai. Thank you. Now, all right. And before we proceed forward, is this time 8 p.m. okay? Is it convenient for each one of us in our jurisdiction or location? Is it okay? If it's okay for you, you can let me know through the mic or you send a comment right? All right, Miss Moroke said yes. Okay, you can send a comment if it's okay for you, Mr. Salawu, Miss Ikmat, right? Okay, all right, thank you. I believe everyone is comfortable with this time. Now, let's go into what is Forex trading. So I am going to enable my price chart right here. So I have some tools I want to share with you, everyone right here. First, let me go through some display right here. Mrs. Aderonke from London, right? Okay. Please always let's get to the class on time, right? Even though I will make a record of this class, that doesn't mean you should not attend the classes, right? Now, I will just share my screen, my entire screen, and before we proceed forward, I believe that you guys can see my screen now. You can see my screen right now. And I have something right here I want to present to you guys. Okay, here we go right now. I have what we, okay, all right. Now, you can see what we have right here. It is called Forex. Now, the question is, what is Forex? What is Forex? I know you've heard about Forex. Majority of us have heard about Forex. All we know is people make money in Forex, people trade Forex, they make money. Now, what is Forex itself? What is Forex? When you hear the word Forex, what does it mean? This is what we are going to discuss in this class, because this is the foundation, the beginning of our career in the Forex market as a Forex trader, as a career. Now, I'm going to use some whiteboards right here. I have a lot of tools right here. I have everything we need to make our class to be easy to understand. You know, unlike some people believe, oh, online class is very difficult. No, people do not get to understand. It is limited. Our online classes is not limited. We have all the necessary tools. Now, when I say Forex, this is Forex, right? Forex is an acronym. When something is an acronym, it's just like a short form of the meaning of something, right? Please help me pick this phone right here. All right, please come and pick this phone right here. I don't want these people to disturb our class. Please pick up the phone, pick up the phone, pick up the phone and just attend to them. Now when we talk about all right, since we are having a lot of students trying to get access to the class, I'm just going to admit all of them and just get everything off right there, right? So all right, now let's go back to the what is it called, my whiteboard right here. Now when we say Forex is an acronym. When something is an acronym, it's just like a summary. When something is a summary, it means it summarizes, it gives the shortest explanation of something. Now what is this short explanation all about? Forex simply means foreign exchange. Now I'll break it down so that you can understand it. Now right here we have 4. Let's break it right here. We have 4 plus EX. Now this 4 means foreign. When something is foreign, you can see that. Let me clean this so that I don't think it's L. This is high. This is foreign. Then this EX is exchange. Those who are just planning to join, they have to wait till I'm done with my explanation right here. No, I won't give room to any interruption. And this is why I always advise traders to get into the class on time. So once I'm done with this whiteboard, I will accept those students. So for those of us who are already in the class, this is just to let you know that I do not condone any forms of unseriousness. Once you are late to the class, 15 minutes to the class, I won't accept you. Once I'm done with what I'm doing, that is when I will accept you, right? So I won't allow that to interrupt us in this class, right? So those who want to join, they can still wait. Now, although we have the record, we have this class on record, and do not worry, after this class I'm going to send each one of us a record copy of this class. It's your right, you have it, it's your property. Now foreign exchange. Now we have foreign exchange. Now you can see the full meaning of Forex is foreign exchange. We combine the foreign plus exchange. Now whenever you hear Forex, it means foreign exchange. It means we took the first 3 letter words of foreign. Let's use another color for this. We took the first 3 letters of the foreign and we combine it with the 2 letters of exchange. Now there's another way we can do it again. We can as well do what? Take the first letter of the what? Of the foreign, F, and the second letter of the exchange as what? FX. You can see that. So this is how we got the abbreviation, the acronym of foreign exchange. Right? And another way we can get this Forex is we can just do this like this. Take the first letter of what? Of this Forex, F, and the last letter of the X here as FS. You can see that. So we have what? We have what? FX. So when you hear FX, it's an abbreviation for Forex. Or you say the F is for foreign and the X is for the exchange, foreign exchange. So this is interesting, isn't it? It's interesting. So this is what brings about the Forex, FS, foreign exchange. Now what is the meaning of this acronym, abbreviations, foreign exchange, additions of words? What is the meaning? This is what we want to learn right now. This is the next stage. Now we understand how the abbreviation, the acronym, what they mean. Now what is the meaning? What is the meaning of foreign exchange? When something is foreign exchange, what does it signify? What does the word foreign exchange mean? We need to understand this. Foreign exchange, what does it mean? What does it mean? When foreign exchange explains the exchange of currencies of nations through a decentralized format, through a decentralized market condition. Now, when we say currencies, we are talking about currencies of countries. Now, let's go to our PDF files. Let's accept latecomers. Let's accept latecomers. Now, when we say this is the Forex, right? Now let's scroll down. Now, what is Forex? Foreign exchange market, which is usually known as Forex or FS. I already explained how we got the Forex and FS. I told you Forex is the acronym or the short forms of foreign exchange, and we take the first letter of F and the last letter of Forex as FS. Now, foreign exchange, which is usually known as Forex or FS, is the largest financial market in the world. Yes, it is the largest. We've heard about cryptocurrency market, stock market, indices market, real estate market, commodity market, different market. Of all the financial markets, foreign exchange is the largest of all. Now, I want you traders to understand something when we come to, in our training, we keep on mentioning financial markets. Financial market. Under financial market, we have different markets. Under financial market, we have Forex, we have stock market, we have crypto market, we have commodity market, we have index market, we have bonds market, we have real estate market, we have lots more. Now, we have lots more of financial markets, but these are the common one you usually hear. No. Now, we have energy market. No, lots more. Now, of all these markets, the biggest of all is what? The Forex market. Now, this signifies that you as a Forex trader, you have this what? The largest opportunity in the financial market. If Forex is the largest, it signifies that you as a Forex trader, you have the largest opportunity in the market. Because the Forex market is the biggest of all financial markets. When we say something is finances, this deals with what? Money. Right? Now, let's wipe this out and go back to our PDF. Now, foreign exchange market, which is usually known as Forex or FX, is the largest of financial market in the world. The FX market is a global, decentralized market where the world's currencies are being traded. When something is global, it means it is a business that is done round the world. When something is round the world, it means in Nigeria, in London, in United States, in Canada, it is being done. Round the globe, Dubai, anywhere in the world. Right? Do we understand that? Global means world, worldwide. Now, when we say something is decentralized, it means it is not necessarily it has to operate from a physical location or through a single exchange. It means it is opened to every part of the world. A market that is accessible from almost every part of the world. It is not a single market done by a single group of people. It is open to almost everyone. It is a global network of transactions, decentralized. It is a market that is done by everyone in the world. Right? Now, the world's currencies. We have the currency of United States, dollars, the currency of Canada, Canadian dollar, the Nigerian naira, South African rand. We have lots more currencies in the world. London pounds. We have lots more of these currencies. Now, these currencies are traded in the Forex market through a decentralized format. It means if you are in Nigeria, you can trade dollar, euro, pounds, franc, Swiss, yuan, any currencies in the world without leaving your country. Okay? It is accessible to almost everybody without any restriction. Now, let's proceed forward. It is the simultaneous buying and selling of currencies of different countries. Yes. When something is simultaneous, it means it is constant. It is active. The market is always in a flux. Please, whenever I use a big grammar, please let me know, because this class is not an English class. If by the way I made mention of a big grammar which you are unable to understand, please let me know so that I can break that down. Right? Right? Is that clear? When something is simultaneous, something that is occurring frequently, in constant, when something is constant, always going on, transactions which is involving buying and selling of currencies of different countries. Now, let's go back to our whiteboard. We can see right here on our whiteboard, this is the world. Scientists said the world is sphere. This is not a sphere. Scientists said the world is like this. I'm not a good artist. I think I have a tool that can help us out right there. All right, this is good now. Now this is the world. Now we have different currencies in the world. We have euro, we have the pounds, we have the naira, NGN, we have the Canadian dollar, we have the Japanese yen, we have the New Zealand dollar, we have the AUD, we have the Switzerland currency. We have lots more currencies around the world. Now, all these currencies, transactions are going on within all these currencies. So, it's either you are buying or you are selling. Yes. Now, if you are buying one currency in the forex market, indirectly, if you are buying this currency, indirectly, you are selling another currency. Yes, if you are buying the United States dollars, then it means you are buying it with a currency. Let's take for instance, you are buying dollar with naira. Then, if you are buying dollar, what does that mean? It means you are selling out, you are giving out your naira to exchange the dollar. It means you are purchasing the dollar and you are selling out the naira. Is that clear? Likewise, if you want to convert your USD to naira as an American, or maybe you just return from America, you come into Nigeria, from America you fly over to Nigeria, it means you have to do what? Sell your dollar to get the naira. You sell your dollar to get the naira. Indirectly, it means you are buying what? You are buying the naira, whereas we are selling the dollar. And when the time comes for you to go back to United States, you do what? You sell your naira to get the dollar. So if you are selling the naira, then you are doing what? You are buying the dollar. So you can say that it is simultaneous. You are buying, you are selling. You are buying, you are selling. You are selling, you are buying. So this means for a transaction to go on in the forex market, two actions are involved. You can't just buy alone. You can't just be buying. Buying what? What are you buying? You are buying the currency. Now, if you are buying, if you are accepting, you must give out something. Now, I have a question. Can you just walk into the bank and say, I need dollar, give me dollar. I need dollar, give me dollar. Of course, the bank will give you dollar, but you have to exchange it for something. Or can you go to their bureau de change, the currency exchanger? We call them the abokis in Nigeria. They are popularly known as abokis. Can you just go into the aboki or the sabos and say, aboki, give me dollar, give me dollar. The aboki will say, how much dollar do you want? Then you say, I need $200. And the aboki will say, exchange rate is so. And you do what? You count your naira, you give to aboki. Aboki give you what? Dollar. It means you sell your naira and you buy the dollar from the aboki. And then it means what? The aboki sell his dollar and buy the naira from you. Now you get the point. Now, let's say for example, this is Ikmat. This is Ikmat. Ikmat just returned from what? From America, USA. Okay, let's do it this round. Ikmat is from Nigeria. Let be fair right there. Ikmat is from Nigeria. And Mr. Salawu is from Canada, right? Mr. Salawu is from Canada. Now, Miss Ikmat is fortunate or tend to know Mr. Salawu, and Miss Ikmat said, I need the Canadian dollars. Now, Mr. Salawu lives in Canada. He spent Canadian dollars. Now, Miss Ikmat is in Nigeria. Now, Miss Ikmat wants to buy the Canadian dollar. What will Miss Ikmat use to buy the Canadian dollar? Miss Ikmat has to do what? To sell the naira to Mr. Salawu. Now, let's take this time around. Miss Ikmat is trying to Canada, and Mr. Salawu is planning to come to Nigeria. Right? Now, Miss Ikmat can only spend Canadian dollar in Canada. If Miss Ikmat should try to spend the naira in Canada, it is an illegal transaction. It is illegal. It is forbidden because you can only spend the Canadian dollar in Canada. That is the acceptable official form of transaction or monetary transaction. Naira in Canada is useless. You can only spend naira in Nigeria. And Canada in Nigeria is what? Yes, it's useless. But you know the Nigerian government, Nigerian is there isn't any strict rule right here which says when you see the dollar spending you arrest, right? But in some other countries it's very strict rule. Now, Miss Ikmat is trying to travel to Canada. She can buy the Canadian dollar from Mr. Salawu. This time around, Mr. Salawu is coming to Nigeria, so Mr. Salawu has to sell his Canadian dollar so that he can spend the money in naira. Now, Mrs. Ikmat has 1 million naira, and Mr. Salawu maybe has like 600 Canadian dollars. Mrs. Ikmat is trying to give out his 1 million naira to buy the Canadian dollar, and Mr. Salawu is trying to get part of the 1 million naira to exchange for Canadian dollar. So it means both Miss Ikmat and Mr. Salawu are both simultaneously buying and selling. Miss Ikmat is buying Canada and selling out naira, whereas Mr. Salawu is selling out Canada to Miss Ikmat and buying naira from Miss Ikmat. Now you can understand the concept of that simultaneous. This is it right here. Is that clear? Now let's move forward. Now, the forex market is the largest financial market in the world with over 6.6 trillion. Now it's approximation of 7 trillion. Yes, I told you it's the largest of all financial markets. So $7 trillion of transactions is done every day in the forex market. Now convert that to your local currency, Canadian dollars, naira, pounds, euro, whatever you spend in your country, convert that, you can see it's something great and huge, enormous, something big. Now, that is what goes on in the forex market every day, right? Now, let's move on to the next slide. The next slide said, how do you trade forex? I already explained that. I said you buy, you sell. When you are buying, indirectly you are selling. When you are selling, indirectly you are buying. Now, the type of forex we want to do, we are not going to be buying the physical cash or the physical money. We are not going to be buying the physical money. Yes, understand that concept. We are not going to be buying the physical money. Now, let's go back to our whiteboard. Remember I told you, I said, this is Miss Hikmat, and Mr. Salahu. He spent Canadian dollar in Canada. Miss Hikmat spent naira in Nigeria. Now, if Miss Hikmat is giving out the Canadian dollar, is willing to accept the Canadian dollar. Is willing to accept the Canadian dollar. And if Mr. Salahu is selling his Canadian dollar, he is willing to what? To accept the naira. Right? Now, before this transaction can go on, there must be something we call the exchange rate. Now, do not forget, I said FS is an abbreviation for what? Foreign exchange. Right? Exchange. Now, before we can transact to buy, to sell, there is something we call the exchange rate. Let's clean this. There is something we call the exchange rate. The exchange rate is so important that without this exchange rate, we can't do any transaction in the forex market. Now, what is exchange rate? Before I proceed forward, I hope you guys are putting down your notes, because we have started with our course. I hope you guys are putting down something. This is not a class you attend, you just fold your hands and just watch like a movie. This is not a cinema or a movie. This is a class where you learn and you put down important information, key points. Because now we've started. This is the beginning. And whatever you do right now, whatever you use, or the way you start the class is the way you continue, and you definitely come to an end. So if you take your first class serious right now, the probability you take on the next class serious is high, and the probability you end up in a serious manner is high. And if you approach it in an unchallenged attitude, then it means you end up what? As an unserious student. And you definitely get the result. So the Yorubas will say, you can take the horse to the stream, but you can't force the horse to drink from the stream. For the Nigerians, for those who understand the Yoruba will say, a lè mú kẹ́tẹ́kẹ́tẹ́ lọ sí odò, ṣùgbọ́n a ò lè fi kíni, a ò lè ṣe kíni. Do we have Yorubas in this class?
Yes, a ò lè fi tipátipá fún lómi.
Thank you. So I can show you how you should trade. I can show you the way you should approach the market, but I can't force you to act, to make decisions, or to take action. You are the one to take actions based on what I show you or based on what I teach you. So, just like what I stated in the beginning of this tutorial, I said, have a written material, a note with you whenever you have a class to put down important factors, because these are important for future references. Great. Now, when I say exchange rate, this is the cost of the conversion of the unit of one currency in terms of another. Now, this may sound so complicated or somehow tricky or have a lot of English jargons. Do not worry, I am going to break this into pieces. Now, let's wipe out all these drawings right here and then talk about the exchange rate. Now, exchange rate. Exchange rate. This is where we make our money. Exchange rate. Now, when something is exchange rate, this is the unit, or okay, this is the cost of conversion of one unit of currency in terms of another. Now, conversion, we convert. When I say convert, that is the what? The buying and the selling. Now, you have your dollars and you want to get the naira. It means you have to sell your dollar to get your naira. Right? It means you have to do what? You sell your dollar to buy the naira. It means you are converting your dollar to get the naira. If you have the naira and you want to get back the dollar, you sell the naira to get the dollar. It means you convert the naira into dollar. Now, the unit of the conversion of one currency, that is what we mean as exchange rate. Now, exchange rate deals with how much are you going to get in terms of one unit of currency in terms of another. Now, it means when I say one unit, I mean 1 unit of a naira in terms of a dollar. What are we going to get? It means 1 unit of a dollar. Let's get this off. I made a mistake right here. 1 unit of a dollar in terms of a naira, how much are we going to get? That is what we mean as conversion. So this symbol here is the conversion. The symbol right here at the middle is the conversion. So it means if we are converting naira to dollar, how much are we getting? If we are converting dollar to naira, how much are we getting? Currently right now in Nigeria, based on the black market rate, if we are converting the dollar to naira as at the time of this class, the current exchange rate right now, if I'm right, is around 1,750 naira. If you convert $1 to naira, this is what you get in naira. So it means the exchange rate of dollar to naira is 1,750. And the word of the other way around. If we want to convert the naira to the dollar, what will happen? Let's do the calculation. There's a way we can do that on our chart. There's something we call the chart. So I will introduce you to the chart. Okay, what you see at this right side of your screen is what we call the exchange rate of currencies in the forex market. That is the price scale. Do not worry, we are still going to dive into that, but I just want to quickly go through the exchange rate in the market. Let me use my chart here. Now let's extend this. Now we have the naira. This is the naira. If you are converting the naira to dollar, you get 0.000554. What? You can't even get a kobo. If you convert naira to dollar, you get what? $0.0055. It's not even up to a cent. If you convert 1 naira to dollar, you get 0.00055 cent. It's not up to cent because 0.01 is a cent. 0.01 dollar, that means a cent. So if we convert 1 naira to $1, it's not up to a cent. Right? Now let's get back to our whiteboard. You can see that. So 0.0005. This is the unit of conversion of 1 naira into dollar, and if we convert $1 to naira, we get 1,750. We can also see this on the price chart. Let's go to the chart of naira. Dollar to naira. Dollar to naira, you can see that on this platform we have 1,682, but if you want to convert this to from their bookies or the black market, trust me, it is around 1,750 or 1,730. Okay, now that is exchange rate. Now the question is, what is the significance of this exchange rate? Why do we have exchange rate? Why is exchange rate so important in trading? Now let's clean everything here up. Remember I told you that exchange rate is the unit of conversion or the cost of conversion. Also, you can say exchange rate is the cost. Instead of saying, in fact, my conversion is not right, you guys should have corrected me. Conversion. Right? Now, the unit or the cost, you can say the unit or the cost, the amount you get in terms of another currency. Okay? Now, let's say for instance, when dollar was 1,005, when $1 was, let's use another color, when $1 was 1,005, let's say for instance you bought $10, that means you spent 15,000 to buy what? $10. Now when the dollar is now 750 per $1, and you now want to sell your dollar, that means you get 17,500 on that $10. I multiply 750 times 10, simple mathematics. So this is the amount you get for $10. It means you've made a profit of what? $2,500. You made profit because of the differences in the exchange rate. So now the question is, how do we as a forex trader make money? We make money through the differences in the exchange rate. So this means when the price was at 1,150 right here, look to the right hand side of your screen for your exchange rate. This is the exchange rate right here. This is what? 1,150. When the price goes to 1,680 or 1,007 on this price chart, it means if you had bought right here at this level, as market was going up, you keep on making profit. Now, the good news about the forex market as a speculator is we can make money in two directions. When I say speculator, take note, remember I said if you bought the dollar, if you bought the dollar at a lesser rate and the price eventually increase in future, maybe you bought when it was 1,500 and it goes to 1,750, you make what? 250 profit dollars. Now, what if it falls from 1,000 to 1,300? What happens? You make a loss of 200 naira. Now, as a speculator, you have opportunity to make money when the market is going up or when the market is falling down. So in speculation, we called when the market is going up as bullish and when the market is coming down as bearish. Do not worry, we'll discuss this in the later section of our tutorial. So for now, just know that as a speculator, we are not buying physical dollar or physical currency. We are speculating the differences of exchange rate, either positive exchange rate or negative exchange rate. Based on what we have on this price chart here, if the market is coming down and we are selling, we are making profit. If the market is going up and we are buying, we are making profit. So if you are buying as the market is going up, we are making profit. If you are selling as it's going down, we are making profit. But when you buy the physical currency and the exchange rate is going down, you will be losing money because you buy the physical currency. That means you are holding the currency. You are spot trading it. You are holding it. But when you speculate, you make profit in the differences between the exchange rate. As the exchange rate is increasing, if you are buying, you are making profit. As the exchange rate is reducing, as you are selling as a speculator, you are making profit. So this is what makes the forex exchange market as a speculator to be interesting. So in our trading tutorial, in our trading courses, I'm going to show you how to buy to make profit and how to sell to make profit. Isn't that interesting? It is. So this is where we put an end to our class today. Do we have questions? In the next class, I am going to show you how you can get connected to the forex market through a broker. All right? Please ask your question. Ask your question, Mr. Salau. Ask your question. Unmute your mic and talk.
Yeah, I'm trying to find out how old is the forex market, because I'm just wondering, like,
how old?
During the eras where we had no internet and stuff like that, how are they able to trade forex?
Thank you. That is a great question. The forex market has been existent for a long time ago. The internet is what made it available to each one of us. And this is why the public abused this opportunity. When forex was being done, it was done by the big organizations as the banks, insurance, investment, big companies, by banks, governments, through the central banks. So it means if you are a company, if you would like to participate in the forex market, you have to go through the banks. You have to go through companies that deals with these exchanges or these activities. Now on this price chart, this price chart is not even up to, let me look at another price chart we can use right here. I want to show you something on the price chart. Let's start for Euro USD. Now, okay, no, let's start for GBP USD. I want to show you something on my price chart so that you can see that the forex market has been in existence for a long time. Now, what can you see right here at the bottom? Just check what you see there. What is here? And this is why I do advise people to have a laptop. Because when you have a laptop, you see a wide view of this chart or this our discussion or information. What I have at the bottom right here is what? is 1971. Now the question is, how do the banks do the transaction right here in 1971? During this time, before you can make transactions, we do not have all this internet, all this stuff. During that time, we call it the analog stage, whereby you have to send data, information, orders, which could take days. No, not even days, could take weeks. Okay, let's bring it back to the era of the newspaper or the era of the letters, when you send letters to the post office. When maybe you have a family in London and you're in Nigeria and you want to send the letter to your family. What do? You take the letter to the post office, and this letter will take like months. The same thing is applicable to this time. So it takes months for transaction to be filled, to be activated. But nowadays, once you open your WhatsApp, you send a message to your friend in London, and right now he received the message and also what? Respond. So during that time, the transaction was done through the analog stage. It was majorly done between big companies, organizations. So it takes a longer period of time to get this information. So the banks, the companies have to put this information, these orders to buy, to sell, through an analog form, which means this order have to carry it through the manual format and not through the digital format. The good example is your letter you write to the post office in the olden days, which takes days for the letter to get to abroad before you get information or responses from your family. Do we get that concept right now? Do we get that concept? Do we have another question? Do we have question? Are we still in the class?
Yes, we are.
Miss Ikmat, do we have a question? Someone send me a message right now. Miss Ikmat, I want you to ask me a question before we put an end to this class.
I did not have a question. I am with everything.
Okay. So when the internet hasn't come, Forex was done manually. You have to send your orders through a manual forms. Your manual will take days. You have to fast. You have to make phone calls. You make phone calls overseas for your orders to be filled. You send a telefast, fast. So it takes longer period of time. It wasn't fast like the internet today. So during that time, fast machines were rampant then. Or you can just send your order through a manual paper information, just like when you write a letter to someone abroad. It takes months then. So is that okay? Is that clear? So that is what we have. Now, in the next class, we move more into more things we need to know about our broker, how we can create our account, how we can register deposits and do other things, right? So thank you, traders. I have a copy of this video. After this class, I will upload the video on our YouTube, and I will send you a copy, right? So you can watch the video, right? I will send you the link. Miss Ikmat, please, you stated you visit our office tomorrow. Please, I'll be looking forward to seeing you in the office tomorrow, right? You can message me after this class so that I can know the time you will be present. So do we have additional questions? Do you all understand the class? Let me go through the list. Mr. Salawu, you still have your hands up. Do you still have questions, Mr. Salawu? Your hands is still up. Okay. Now, Miss Moromoke, do you have questions? Miss Aderonke Jibola, Miss Ikmat, Mr. Aneonguje, Miss Grace. Thank you, students. So I will see you in the next one. After this class, receive a copy of this class in your channel, or in your respective group. All right. Thank you, Mr. Salahu. No more question. Thank you, Miss Ikmat. And right, should in case I have additional information, I will let you know in the channel. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.